Good morning. Today I want to share with you and talk to you a little bit about one of my hobbies. Most of you, or a lot of you, know that I like to scrapbook. And I know that before you get any weird ideas, I know that's kind of typically a women's pastime and so on, but historically it's really not. Mark Twain was a great scrapbooker, as well as Thomas Jefferson and a few others. That's the way they kind of kept their memories together through the years. About 15 years ago, I started this hobby of scrapbooking when I was in Bismarck, and I know I've actually scrapbooked even when I was a child, a 10-year-old child. I still have a scrapbook of some of the activities that I was involved in when I was 10 years old, and with my 10-year-old handwriting and I have a candy bar wrapper in there that was a prize for winning a wrestling tournament when I was 10 years old. One of my first wrestling victories. And so, you know, it's a way, I guess I'm sentimental, it's a way of kind of keeping things together. The reason I scrapbook is because of pictures. I like to keep pictures and family memories and stories. I like to bring them all together kind of under one cover. Otherwise, you've got these pictures that have no description, and you've got all these writings and journaling that have no pictures, and so this is a way to bring everything together under one cover. It's also a way of capturing past family events. It's amazing as I go back through my scrapbooks, the things that I've forgotten that we did together as a family, and yet there they are, mentioned and pictured in the scrapbook. It's also a creative outlet, just much the way a painter will sit and paint pictures, or a writer will write. It's a creative outlet for me as well. As I'm scrapbooking an event from years ago, it allows me to sort of relive the experience all over again. If I took a trip to Europe, I can sit down with that scrapbook and I can relive that trip to Europe with all the details and all of the pictures that I took when I was there. The other reason I do it is to leave it behind as a legacy for my children. They may not be, you might not think they'll be real excited about that, but I know as I look back through my own father's items and my grandparents' things that they left behind, it has a great deal of meaning to me, and I'm kind of hoping it will for them as well. So what's in a scrapbook? In a scrapbook we find pictures, we find little pithy quotes about one thing or another that may relate to that experience. We also see writings and narrative about the feelings and the emotions that we were going through as we were experiencing this particular event. Now I believe, I say all that to say this, that I believe that the book of Psalms is a scrapbook of David's life. A spiritual journal, a spiritual scrapbook of all that he was involved in. Now we can read through the book of 1st and 2nd Samuel, we can read 1st Kings and Chronicles, and we can read all about the life of David and all the things that he did, all the people that he was involved with and so on, the good, the bad, and the ugly. It's all there. It tells a story of David's life. But I'm of the opinion that the book of Psalms is David's scrapbook. Most of the Psalms are written by David, and many of them became hymns and songs of ascent as the people went up to the Temple Mount to worship. The beautiful images that David uses in the book of Psalm, for example, like the 23rd Psalm and the Lord is my shepherd, I shall not want, and we're talking about leading me beside the quiet waters and the green pastures and so on. It's all there. They're all beautiful pictures, just like in a scrapbook. And the emotions and the joy and the praise and the fears and the anger and the revenge and all of those emotions are also found in the book of Psalms. It's left behind for us to share today, just like my scrapbooks are left behind for my children. These are, the book of Psalms is left behind so that we can relive and re-experience what David's relationship with God was really like. Not many of us care about how many Philistines David and his armies killed in one day. We don't really care about that very much, but we can turn to the Psalms and we can get the emotions, the raw emotion of what he was experiencing as he faced adversity and praise and contentment in his life, all wrapped into one. So from now on, maybe as you will read the Psalms together, you'll have a little bit of a new perspective. You'll see it more as a scrapbook. You can share the psalmist's heartfelt emotion as you let it permeate your heart and your mind. I hope that you have a great Wednesday today and great week ahead. May God bless you. Amen.